Well, last night sure had some interesting primary results. Florida and New York. We can talk about many of them. There was a big Democratic win. There were some other really interesting races. Charlie Crist got the Democratic nominee for governor. But let's go straight to Laura Loomer because she's fun to talk about. She's crazy. Laura Loomer is like, how would I describe her? It would be like if you took the sort of viciousness of a velociraptor, combine that with the brain power of, let's say, drying pavement, and you gave that a kind of Marjorie Taylor Greene aesthetic in terms of behavior. That's what you get from Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer has been a far right nut for a long time now, number of years. She's done such brilliant things. Well, let's get there. She got banned from Twitter because she referred to herself as a proud Islamophobe. She actually rooted for, quote, more migrant deaths. She's an evil, awful person. She called herself a white nationalist. She's Jewish. So these people, again, always amuse me. Like, just wait till they get to the end of the line. The others, like me, maybe put ahead of you, but they'll get to you eventually. They don't see you as one of them. So she took her lunacy to, I believe, the 11th district, was it, in Florida, where she lives now, or where she, squats, or where she goes door to door threatening people. I don't know. It was the 11th district, but I skipped something, and I apologize. So when she was banned by Twitter, she handcuffed herself to the glass door of the New York headquarters of Twitter in this genius move of hers. I'm not sure what she thought that would accomplish. Like, there's other ways in and out of the building. They called the police. So people just kind of went around their normal lives, while this person, who in the past would have been like considered an extreme outlier, now with the Jack Posobiec and the other sort of the Ben Shapiros and the Seb Gorkas and the other sort of pundits of the right, she fits right in. She's just another crazy person who, honestly, we either haven't discovered the right meds for, or we need some new ones. She ran a primary against far right congressman already. Is there any other kind in the Republican Party in a very Republican district? Daniel Webster, who should never be able to appropriate that name, and she lost. She got her butt kicked, which not completely unexpected. She's crazy, and Republicans had an incumbent with name recognition who already is a right-wing nut and has money. I believe Trump endorsed her, and I believe Lara Trump worked for her. So great night, Donnie. But she lost, and you can imagine just the way she didn't take the whole Twitter thing so well, did not take this so well. They've opened that barn door, and it's happened numerous, it happens in almost every race now. A Republican loses even to another Republican. Voter fraud! There was, the Jesus, guns, and babies woman who got 3% of the vote in Georgia for governor in the primary. The election was stolen from her. Same thing here. Laura Loomer, I don't even know, but she got like a few percent of the vote, something like that. She probably should have looked that up. I apologize. But she got her butt handed to her, and she took it really well by getting up on stage and screaming, "I refuse to concede! I refuse to concede!" And you can't handle the truth, and stuff like that, and basically said that it was voter fraud, rigged. It was all against her in some sort of, probably, I'm sure, Islamo-fascist, commie, some sort of plot that has something to do with the Rothschilds, even though she's Jewish. She's a white nationalist, remember? And she's now refusing to concede. I don't know if she's going to attack the dude from the right during the whole election, but this is the implosion of the Republican Party. This is what happens when wimpy-ass Mitch McConnell sits there and allows Donald Trump to keep going, to not convict him and impeach him and throw him out, and allows him to continue to have as much influence. Sure, short term would have been tough for them because Trump has a hold on certain members of the base, but if he had been convicted of things and thrown into prison and gotten in all sorts of trouble, which I still think will happen, but if that happened in the past, they'd be more free of that. They're not. And so the Laura Loomers are out there threatening to do kind of like Donald Trump, picking all these awful candidates, and now he's attacking them. He just attacked Mehmet Oz because Oz is such an awful candidate, the guy he endorsed, because he had the one thing, or one of the two or three things that matter to Trump. You're either rich, or you're on TV, or in his view, you're having sex with hot chicks. And in Donald Trump's view, these are the only three things that matter in the world that I can figure out. Power, but that's all related to power. So And if I was trying to use Trump slang, I apologize if anybody, hot women, how about that? I didn't mean to offend anybody. It's just that's the way Donald Trump would say it. So Laura Loomer now is refusing to concede, and the fact that she's saying it was stolen and it's all conspiracy and the rest is great, because she's riling up her followers so we can get some more stochastic terrorism like we have at FBI buildings, and we get stuff like this. Let me read you a couple of the responses. No way Webster can win legally. If we don't fix 2020, nothing will be done. We need military takeover, massive public arrests of most of Congress, and media globalist scumbags. Globalist is Jewish, and Laura is Jewish, so they may want to look in on that. And EBS, don't know what that is, so Americans can hear the truth. That's one totally normal reaction to her getting her butt kicked. Let's see what else we got. Where they pop 5,000 votes out suddenly. I thought that said poop out 5,000 votes suddenly, and that probably would be more like something Donald Trump could do after a night with chicken wings and 3 scoops. But I digress. It's always a sudden thing. They don't understand that sometimes when you count a new county, 5,000 votes suddenly come in. It doesn't mean they were magically created. They dumped the mail-ins at the last minute. Look, more of this stupid kind of stuff. Don't concede. The answer lies in absentee ballots. There's over 1 million inactive people on the rolls. This is like Trump's claim that there, to Rusty Bowers, we talked about yesterday, that there were 400,000 migrants who voted against him in Arizona, and 5,000 dead people. They just pulled these numbers out of their you-know-whats. In any case, we haven't heard the last of Laura Loomer. She's probably going to spend her time going after Webster, which is wonderful, but she's also going to degrade the discourse and encourage violence, which is not wonderful. And that's where the Republican Party is, that if she'd won the nominee, they would have supported her, and she would be in Congress with the rest of her crazy friends and allies like Lauren Boebert, and Jim Jordan and the rest. Yay! Hey guys, if you like this video, subscribe, and also hit the notifications button, like it, comment on it, and if you can, go follow me at Cliff Schecter on Twitter, where I do a lot of other stuff, at Cliff Schecter on Twitter, but definitely subscribe here, and we'll be back.